Last time, we played Mr. Germany and proved the power of space marines are stronger than an air force. Like, ridiculously stronger. But that was with a nation that has a lot of industry and a lot of resources. So today, we're going to find out if the same tactic works for a nation with less resources and way less industry. So welcome to China. And because I asked you what China you wanted to see me play, we're not going to play the one you chose. Because even though a lot of people voted for the normal China, people in the comments begged me, literally went on their knees and begged me that I should play Manchu. And you know what? I feel like Manchu would be an easier proof of concept because they are harder to play. You have to break off Japan. You have less industry. You have less manpower. And I feel like playing Manchu would be the ultimate proof of concept. I will come back to China at some point, but not today. Today, we're going to play Manchukuo. And yes, we're playing on Iron Man and Historical. Just that you know. Look here, pain. The first focuses will be quite straightforward. I will just go down our focus tree and, you know, we will go down the independence path. That's just it. But the more interesting part of this nation will be the technologies I will choose. Because normally, you would maybe go for guns. You will maybe go for industry. I don't have time for that. We have to research technologies to get the things we need very early on. So the first thing I research is tanks. And the second thing I research is anti-air. And that's just it. I don't have any other time. I have 2 research slots. That's why I have to rush down the third right now, and then we will go down this path. So with our amazing industry, I will build 2 factories, and you see how fast they're built. The amount of civilian industry we have. Wow. I just see the national spirits we have. It's like low legitimacy, Kuomintang, and banditry. We have a lot to get rid of here. Oh my god. So pacify the countryside is done. We can now get rid of the bandits if we want to, but you know what? I don't want to, because we will need them. And what I exactly mean with that, I will explain when we get there. For now, trade delegations. Now with the tank done, we will need the first armament and engine research, so I will go into that. It feels very weird to play Manchu and go into tanks. I just have to say that. And because I've collected so much political power, I'm gonna do something weird and go into free trade. So we research faster and we build faster. We can't change our economy law anyways. Manpower right now, we can't do anything, and we have enough manpower anyways. We have like 500,000. And our advices are all bad. But with expand the textile industry done, we can finally get the research slot. Let's go. Research slot done. So let's go into assertiveness, which makes us an imperial subject, which means we get more autonomy, which also means we get more of our industry back. Very cool. With armor plating done, we should think about trucks. Logistics is gonna play a big role in China, I can tell you that much. And because I have no army experience but want a bigger army, I'm gonna build 12 divisions because they are kind of the best thing we have right now, so I just spam them. And with some luck, Japan actually gives us some guns to build them, which is, you know, ironic. So, assertiveness done. So let's request control of our railways, which gives us more infrastructure and even more importantly, divert machine tooling. And here we go, the Japanese send me guns. That's actually really good. At the same time, my focus completed. So let's go into staff the court with Manchus because I think the things you get from this are way better than the other. So you have to spam this button now, divert machine tooling, and after 90 days, you can do it again and you get a free civilian factory in 1 province, which is like really strong. So you pay 50 political power for 1 factory. That's really good. And yes, I love to forget this, but I have nothing to add to this. But what I do have to do now is research support equipment, because we don't even have that. And oh my god, we will need it. And because I have some leftover political power, I will get the army offensive advisors to get some army experience, because we will need it. Now that we have support equipment and trucks, we literally need to research logistic companies, because without the minus 10% supply use, we will be screwed. And if we upgrade this enough, we get all the way up to minus 40, which is just amazing, but still, you know, without this, we're kind of screwed. And don't forget to click this button, divert machine tools, go. Same time, Bolster nationalism is done. And why did I complete this focus before I got the mills? Because it allows me to recruit all the bandits. This way, I lose the negative modifier and gain units. Very cool. And I feel like that's a better way to end it, because they never really destroy something important. Like then and there, they destroy a mill, which hurts, but if they destroy like infrastructure or a civilian industry, it's not like you have any negative effect from that. You have so little, it doesn't matter anyways. So I'd rather just recruit them and put them all into 1 division, because we do have a horse commander. Give him something to do. And what I will also do now is commandeer civilian trains, because we don't have the time to build them. But that's why I researched them early on, because because I want to click this button a few times. We now got 15 trains and we will need about 40 trains to actually have a war in China, so we have to click this 3 more times and then we should be fine. And once again, Japan sent me guns. Very nice. This is why I'm building units early on, because Japan will send you guns to fill up your needs, which is very cool. And at the same time, the war against China has just started and I will just not join. Japan will do its thing and we watch. We could join, but then we would fight a 2-front war, and what have we learned about that? So because we have a little bit of army experience now, I will start building our first anti-air tank, or at least design it. It will be a very, very cheap tank. We'll even go from gasoline engine to diesel. Why? Because it's cheaper. The only thing I will add is sloped armor, because it gives an increase in armor, plus 25%, which is huge in my opinion. So that's actually worth it. And now besides that, let's upgrade our tank so it can actually drive, give it a role that it can actually have, which is anti-air, and add as much armor as you need with the least amount of engine you need, because they do need to actually drive with the armor you have. Otherwise, they'll just a building and not a tank. There's an extra amount of bandits you can recruit. They're not needed for removing the effect of, bandits destroying stuff, but they're very much worth it, so I'm gonna do that. So we've got about 9 bandits units from this, which is actually huge, like 9 horse divisions just out of thin air. Will help a lot. And look at that, 472s veteran units. And that just for completing a focus. That is crazy. And don't forget the word machine tooling. Oh, Japan. Thank you very much. Well, the Japanese sent me the new guns. I will purge the General Affair Council, which is probably Japanese, and remove this very bad modifier over here. And we unlock the decision to prepare seizing Japanese arms depots, which is a very strong decision. What it exactly does, I'll show you in a second, but just know it's really good. And once again, don't forget, commandeer civilian trains and divert machine tooling. This is now the 4th civilian industry I get from that. That is good. Really good. Now, I could start the Civil War, but I feel like I'm not at all ready. Japan has a lot of troops next to me. I would never be able to push anything here, and I've barely enough troops to cover up my entire front line. So I will wait a little bit longer. What I will do is improve relations with Germany, because, yeah, we need that. But I said earlier we want command power. Why? Because prepare to seize Japanese armed depots needs command power. It takes 30 command power, and we get a lot of stuff for that. Let me click it a few times. 1, 2, I can't click it a third time. You already see when I click execute plan, I will get 20k Japanese guns out of thin air. And they get a malice against my armies for 60 days, which is really important. The first few days of this war are the most important part, unironically. And they can click this a few more times, and I will, but those 20k guns are the most important part. And hey, the Japanese give me guns. Wow. Just build my units to force them to do that more and more. I can't click the word machine tooling anymore, so that's done now. So I will go down to partial mobilization for obvious reasons. I asked Japan for convoys. They're actually sending me 30 convoys. Sure. And they're really starting to push. That is good. I want them to push deep into China. Hey, and we have enough army experience to choose a doctrine. I feel like most people will go down mass assault doctrine, which I personally don't prefer. You know me now. I like to go grand battle plan. Why? Because of the army spirits, especially the last one. Logistical focus. This is only for grand battle plan. All the others don't have that. You use up less supply. That is amazing in China. What we won't need this time is Tip of the Spear, because I will not do naval invasions. I will just go for professional army corps or something like that. That's good enough. And you see now we produce a tank a day, which is really good. So yeah, we're kind of getting all the equipment we need for this war. Oh, Japan, you want to send me more guns? Sure. Now I actually have enough convoys to accept them, thanks to you. And now the most important part of this entire focus tree with the Germans, tank plant, giving us 2 mills. Very strong. And at the same time, let me modify the Imperial Guard divisions we got via the focus tree, add an anti-air tank, and add a logistics company. And later on, we will also attach the support anti-air. Why? Just even more anti-air. It will be very useful. I do think the Japanese plan a naval invasion very soon. Because, please remove these units from the border soon. And thanks to the German part of the focus tree, I can get 1940s tank in 160 days. This is just really strong. I can't click prepare to seize Japanese arms depots anymore, but look at the final outcome. The amount of equipment I get is crazy, and the negative effect on the Japanese is gonna be such a help. I would say we go now for the independence war. My army's not 100% ready. It's good enough, but once we get all the bonuses from seizing the arm depots and the guns, we should actually be fine. The Japanese pushed all the way way down here, so they are busy on 2 front lines here and here. This is what I wanted to see in naval landing. I really hope this naval landing starts before I start independent war, because I wouldn't be able to deal with such a big garrison. Okay, they haven't set off the naval invasion yet. I have to reset this focus. I'm so sorry. This costs time. This was a speculation. Knowing that I lost time with focuses, but we don't have that much focuses to do anyways. But let's get the logistical focus to have even less logistical problems in the future. And we are kind of catching up with guns. Mostly artillery is what we're missing. I just researched the 1940 tank in 1939. Please, Japan. Send off the naval invasion. Okay, the naval invasion just became invalid because they took the province anyways. So these troops are moving away now. Good. We're literally seconds away now from our independence wars. The most important thing you have to make sure now is that you have a force ready to take over this port. That you have a force ready to rush down these supply hubs over here, because you will need them, otherwise you're screwed. And you have a force ready to capitulate Manchukuo really fast. And also something to rush down Korea. I will use the horse divisions I have to just take over Korea as fast as possible. Once these troops over here are done, they will try to help them. Yeah, this will just be a lot of micro, and I hope it goes good. There's always a little bit of RNG with it, but I feel like with the preparations we did, we should be fine. Independence War is a go. I will now build up a huge garrison, because we will need it. Create the underground workshops, which will reduce the reliability of our guns, but make it cheaper to produce, and give us 3 military factories. I don't care that much about guns, so that's fine. I will execute the plan, giving me all the guns and making the Japanese way weaker. Just be careful that you don't shut down the workshops, speaking from experience. And yep, that should be it. Those are the main preparations. So this is the plan for Korea. This is the plan for this. And this is not a plan for over here. Maybe I should have put my troops closer to the front line if I'm honest. But yeah, this is now micro hell. Go 3 speed, otherwise you will lose this. Because even though the Japanese units are very weakened now, they're still very strong. Because they have an air force. And we at the moment, we don't. So we got Beijing. That is huge. We very soon will have supply in the region. Manchukuo has capitulated, which once again, huge. And that should be fine. This unit over here, a little bit annoying, but we should be able to deal with it. We have Beijing, which is an important supply hub. And they are still very busy over here. So we should have this. And what I will do now is build railways to connect up in case of disturbance. This will look horrible, but they're very needed. But yeah, you see on the amount of time that has passed on national focus how micro-intensive the beginning of this independence war is. I'm sweating over here. The next very important focus is to reclaim the empire, giving us cores on every province in China, not every province in the world, every province in China. I would say the first step was a huge success. I have the airport, so they're very weakened with the air force over here. I control all the supply hubs in the region, so they will have a problem getting supply here. At least I won't have one. The AI likes to cheat sometimes with supply. Same with Korea. Let's see if we can go all the way down to the port, which would be huge. The Chinese want me to join a united front. I will definitely not do that, because every province I would conquer would just give back to them, and I definitely don't want to do that. I want to gain land and not just give them stuff. I would say we can actually go to speed 4 now. Can we get the port? Yeah, look at that. They have no more supply in Korea now. This allows me now to just defend here and send even more troops over here to the main offensive. And what I will do now is spit out this entire planned coast guard, because we're about to have some visitors. And I urge you, do this with a fallback line. The Japanese are actually very decent at doing naval landing, so we'll try to land at multiple provinces around the coast. So doing this and just protecting the entire coast where they're about to land will make this way easier to deal with, because they can't get a landing done. I know there's a tactic in trying to let them land and then push them out, but this early in the game, I'm so weak that I can't push them out. It's just way easier for me to prevent the landing than to pushing them out again, because that's nearly impossible at the moment. But yeah, early stage is done. Survival secured. Korea mine. This over here mine. Let's push into the mainland. But what I will also do is to improve the medium tank. Bit more expensive now, but armor-wise, upgrade from 50 to 114. Worth. And to make him even stronger, I will add the anti-air now. I said I will do it, and I will do it now. Reclaim the empire done, which means we have cores on everything. And see what we've done so far. We have taken all of Korea. We have secured this region over here with all the supply hubs, like we planned to. And now everything we take will be a core, which is really important, because now we gain manpower instead of losing manpower when we get provinces. Bam! Just gained another 1 million manpower out of nowhere. That is actually crazy. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for my artillery to catch up, and I just gained huge industry from this occupied provinces. Very cool. Preparing a push very soon here, and you should see the result in a second. And yes, even though they have full air supremacy, they do slight cast damage to me, and I shoot down a lot of planes every time they do. So yeah, the divisions, once you get them rolling, work very well. I'm melting the Japanese over here. I love it. They even moved the air force out of here. I guess they lost too much planes against me, and they're about to lose another supply hub. Beautiful. Because what I'm doing now is I'm basically just beelining for all the supply hubs. But what I did notice is that for for my Manchukuo runs lately, the peace out event for China kind of bugs out. So I'm not 100% sure if we're able to peace them out or not, but I will try to push them out before I declare war on the other China. Because once again, it's easy to fight off naval invasions than to actually fight Japan all the time. And now, 4th research slot, let's go. And there you see it, a huge Japanese naval landing. That's the one where I say I will just do last stand, because otherwise their breakthrough is too strong. They get shore bombardment, they have huge stats. My units are entrenched and everything, right, but it's not enough to fight them off forever. Just so you know, be careful with these naval invasions. They are really strong. But we seem to be fighting this one off. I feel like they're endlessly spamming the naval invasion button right now. Man, just don't land, please. At least in the background, we made a pocket. Maybe we'll be able to close this. I don't know. Let's try. But what I will definitely try is to rush for that supply hub over here, because if we can get that, it would be huge. And a nice encirclement. Let's go. Unironically, this is an endless naval invasion. They're just not stopping. It's not funny. Oh, they stopped. Oh my god. Okay, back to business. Encirclement. Ah yes, fun. Oh, I improved relations with the Soviets and asked them for guns. I feel like that is a solution to my problem here. Why do they have so much guns and why do they want to give them to me? I'm a completely different ideology. And yeah, they do bringing the planes over again to make more damage, but I'm just shooting them down. That's good. I'm about to take the airport, so that's the planes gone. Thank you, Soviets. They're sending me so much guns. It's so good. And you know what? I've now all 5 research slots, so technology-wise, I'm not behind anymore. So, push Japan out of here. Only here left. I don't know what is still around over here. They shouldn't have any supply. And I think that's my Soviet guns gone. Oh no. Huge encirclement though. Love it. Beautiful. But yeah, I do think like the event bugged out again because that's all that Japan has. I think they need to control a state to actually not get this event, but let me know in the comments if I did something wrong or the game is just, you know. Now let's talk about these 2 focuses. Offer vassalization is completely broken. You get 3 subjects just because you asked. Most of the time, of all of the warlords, at least 2 will join you. I think that's a little bit lazy, so I'm gonna attack them. You can call me stupid. Trust me, I am. Just so you know, I updated the anti-air gun on my tank, so it has a little bit of a better punch now. Look at that. The Japanese don't want us to forget them. And what I will do now is prepare a huge offensive against the rest of China. And that's basically it. Okay, Japan is now busy with the rest of the world, so we should have an easier time now taking China. Pushing shows me that the division is pretty good. A lot of green here. Maybe I cheered too early. The Japanese are back. United Kingdom wants me to join the allies. No. Minus 10% supply consumption. That's pretty good. Talking about it, I should go down more of this tech, unironically. The main thing I'm doing in this game is just building railway networks. It's not even funny. This is so stupid, man. The Japanese are so busy with me. They haven't taken anything of Indonesia, not even the Philippines, and they're currently losing in Siam and Indochina. It's weird. I'm pushing so hard. It is not even funny. Yeah, Shaxi just capitulated. I'm missing equipment, but honestly, I'm getting so many mill factories from conquering that I feel like it's worth it. Adaptable. That is good. I think China destroyed enough of the equipment, so if I click this button now, they should just melt. Oh yeah, this is good. And the doctrines are done. Nice. I just noticed. I forgot to employ the I'm a logistic expert. I feel so stupid now. Like, logistics were not that bad, but there were bottlenecks. And this guy definitely would have helped. Oh, no. And Communist China is gone. Yeah, they're really starting to melt now. And I feel like mainland China is very soon gone. Oh my god. It finally happened. China capitulated. And Japan is more war score than me, so this is gonna be interesting. But I do feel like I can take everything because I occupy everything. So it's very cheap for me to take. And at the same time, it's all my core. So I should be able to get everything. Unironically. Plus the Navy. Peace 3D system. Come on. So I should have taken everything. And now that I finally control all of China, I can claim the Mandate of Heaven. Let's go. But there's one more nation that said no, so just look away. Just, you know, just look away. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everything is normal. I feel bad. The Mandate of Heaven has been claimed, and now look at this. A beautiful China united in... I mean, it's not 1945, it's 1943. I guess it's good, you know. Could be better, but good. So can you unite China as Manchukuo with Space Marines? Yes. Should you do it? No, please.